let's talk about the issue of the parliament itself, the National Assembly. I mean, the procedures taken, a lot of people are beginning to question it. Some, 3 senators walked out in the Senate, and some, like 2 other lawmakers, stood up and challenged some of the things that happened. But of course, their voices did not scale through. I mean, is there a lack of legitimacy here? Is the National Assembly not enjoying legitimacy from this decision because of the procedure? Shouldn't it have been much more easier if each senator or House member was allowed to stand up and vote, or, do electronic voting, so as to create more believability, actually? Well,
to start with, I think if you look at the number, if you are taking 3 senators walked out, disagree with what another 106 of their colleagues agreed on, is a clear democracy. Democracy is about a majority. And secondly, the fact that people have different opinions, but it doesn't stop the fact that it's the majority opinion that holds sway at the end of the day.
Of course, that's democracy.
Yes, and so it's very important that we emphasize, simply because the others did not work out, does not mean that the media should give undue leverage to the 3 minority that stepped out. They have a right to their opinion. Secondly, it's also important to realize that we live in a society of rules governed by the Constitution. Now, the National Assembly had 48 hours only to act.
Yeah.
And the day they sat was the second 48 hours that was running. And that was why they went into an executive session. Well, we don't know what happened there. Maybe they had further security briefing on the fact that if the state of emergency and the suspension of democratic structures are not done, Rivers State is allowed to continue in the trajectory where we began to see bombs going up, then when the other side begin to push for impeachment, there probably will be more bombs going on, and there will be loss of lives of property.
Yeah. And
those are issues that can only come in as a security briefing that may be presented under executive session. And so they rose up as patriotic, courageous statesmen to stand for the unity and progress of this country. If the state of emergency was not proclaimed, and today, you know what will have happened, because just by the presentation of the impeachment notice, bombs started going up on the pipelines. So if the other ones had also mobilized to move a step further, or they also mobilize their own people, there will be breakdown of law and order. There will be loss of lives. So I believe the interest taken, though very hard, is for the interests of the country. Mm-hmm. It is also very important to point here that the governor was not removed. He's only suspended.
Yeah, but that's what people are asking. Is there a constitutional provision for the suspension of an elected? Because isn't it the thinking of the drafters of the Constitution that once you're elected, you should never lose even an ounce of a minute or even seconds? I mean,
that is important for us to look at it. For instance, like my colleague Eze mentioned, when the former president who spoke declared a state of emergency and did not remove the democratic structures.
Yeah, like
you and I, done, it's a question in Plateau. You and I will know, did it work? Did it work? Secondly, the issues for which it was done did not work. We are here seeing how Boko Haram has grown from strength to strength. Secondly, what differentiates that with this is that the dramatic personnel, that is the governor, the House of Assembly, were actively involved in the unrest in Rivers State, such that there is no how they can operate pari passu with these people who are key people that have divided the states. Their supporters are both on one side. Right. They are singing on a daily basis. The militants are arming in the riverine areas, waiting to unleash mayhem. So it was a very key decision. And don't forget, the president also has a right in the Constitution 305 that he can take extra measures.
Well, those extra measures are what people are asking. I mean,
so, and then to add to, also, it's important that the Constitution did not say that the president cannot remove. It did not say he can, or he did not say he can.
And it also didn't say he can remove them. Actually.
So whatever threatens the existence of an entity called Nigeria, especially in Rivers State, which is the base of our access, as a nation, and where also lives and property are being threatened, the president has a duty to operate. And then we get caught on, if you want to, you can't eat omelette without breaking the egg.